Hello, welcome to the stream. That should be fine. I need to pop open NifSkope. I I was fixing the Zuna dagger, but I decided to skip it and just phase it out because I tried fixing it and it didn't work, and at this point I'm just fed up with it, so I'm not gonna do it. I just replaced them with orcish daggers and things like that. And right now I'm adding a new something that wasn't even in 6.5. I'm adding white tektites. Oops. I liked how the Zuna dagger looked, but it always had weird collision boxes. Like, it used to have the collision of like a great sword, so when you dropped it, it would roll around in a weird way. And I tried to fix that, and it didn't work. And then I tried to fix it again, and it just made it worse. So it's such a minor weapon that I decided to just phase it out. The data is still in the mod, but it's not that important at this point. That's what I need to make a new white and white. I think the white tektite will be really cool, because they will be rare, and they're going to drop white tektite jelly, which is pretty much exactly the same as black tektite jelly, except it does resistance to poison rather than curing poison. There's white. One of the side effects of trying to fix 6.5, I copied in some stuff from the broken ESP, and that resulted in everything getting duplicate. Anything with Relics of Hyrule now has duplicate on its editor ID, so I'll have to go through and fix all of those again. But it is what it is. So I'm just fixing them as I find them. There's one. Kino Langenzel needs it. Oh, the Temple of Time. Right. I have to reassign the doors for these 3 Minish dungeons, which I may have already done for some of them. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was gonna add white tektites to Isle of the Deep. The Isle of the Deep used to have 3 cells in it, but they got messed up. So this one's the only one that's okay. There's just some stuff that's not rendering, like that. That's not rendering. One of the new things that's going to debut in 6.5 are the white Skulltulas. They're going to be exclusive to the islands, and I just wanted to add them to make them more unique. Oop. Uh-oh. Having a problem here. Can't load up the, Why is it having that problem? Okay, well, I'm gonna save. Creation Kit's been doing pretty well, saving. It hasn't been taking a million years like it was, and I think the reason why it was taking a million years before is because the mod was broken, and I just thought it was taking a million years, but let's see, what else needs to be done? I could copy, you know what I could do? I could crack open TES5 edit, which is right here. Copy some book text. This one. In the Rigot pane. Okay, book. There, see, it saved like super quickly. I'm gonna hit F5, refresh this so it reloads that. Now I need to find... This is one. This is another one, I think. I'm not sure. I may have added this one already. But there we go. White Tektite. White Tektites are gray, but whatever. I could make them more white by upping... I mean, they look fine, but I could make them more white by upping their... There we go. Now they're shiny, like they're made of silver or something. Actually, that looks really good. I like that. And I'm gonna give them chitin. Oh, that's too big. That's too big. That's not white by any stretch of the imagination. Let's do Quicksilver. Oh yeah, that might work. But I'm gonna lower this down to 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. That also makes their eye look a little more distinct and eye-like. That's nice. Okay. That is already in there, I think. This one, I think, needs to be... wait, no, I think this one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. This one I'm phasing out. I think this one's new. Okay, those are all fine. Good. Okay, didn't think so. Oops. Need to do O2. Hello, welcome to the stream that I just decided to do. Like 15 minutes before I started, I was like, yeah, what the heck, why not? No. Okay, that way, if they get duplicated again, they won't get messed up. I need to duplicate this dude. Boop, pop. Break. And oh, this one was on, this one, Spirit Island. Oh, that's another thing I need to check. The Spirit Island currently has two different, there's two different cells for the Spirit Island. There's Island Spirit and Spirit Island, and I can't tell which one is new, which one's new and which one's old. I think this one is the one that I'm using. I think I need to remake either way I need to remake the troll, the giant that was guarding this malarkey. Some duplicates. Maybe cutting over? No, I don't think I did. Frost giant. It's no big deal. Griffith Spirit Island. There. Now he's done. I think I will have to check Spirit Island in game to see which one the ghost ship takes me to and which one is newer, because I can't tell the difference between them. think this one's okay. I'll have to test the ghost ship. So that book I just added... Actually, I could add it to the chest. The Spirit Island chest. Oh, butts. I need to remake the chest. Honestly, when I found out that it was broken, I was really annoyed, and it took me a really long time, to, like, actually get to a point where I was actually willing to work on it. I was doing little things here and there, trying to, fixing little things, but I couldn't figure out what was missing at all. But then I found a backup from April, and I was able to bring it up to then. And at this point, I'm just going through and fixing what I can, making notes of what needs to be copied in, like the Shield of Four Souls. That's something that I don't want to do a ton of work remaking. White Skull Tools. Temple of Time doors. And the fact that 6.5 got damaged and broken sort of reframed how I work on the mod. For instance, I'm not gonna do patches for other mods. I might do one for Beyond Skyrim Bruma, maybe, but I've decided to not go ahead with the Elemental Destruction Magic patch or anything else. I'm gonna make Relics of Hyrule sort of stand alone, because it's just, I don't think it's worth it because it can break at any moment, and you never know when it's going to break again. So, for my own sake, I just want Relics of Hyrule to stand alone by itself, as its own cool thing. And then that'll just give me a chance to focus on what I actually want the mod to be, which is a giant scavenger hunt. And there's gonna be stuff missing. The changelog, for instance, will not be accurate anymore because I'm just making 6.5 functional, and I'm adding stuff that I know was already in there. There might be some minor things that get rolled back, but honestly, the April build was more or less complete. It was just the islands weren't in there. So, yes. It is a ton of work, but I know what I'm going to focus on at this point. It also didn't help that Relics of Hyrule broke when I was really stressed out at my day job as well. Yeah, and that's what I like, because people were reporting, like, Legacy of the Dragonborn adds 5,000 million, wait, no, that's a billion, so 5 billion, archaeological sites, and this one archaeological site is, is there a chest in here? Yeah, Legacy of the Dragonborn adds, archaeological site to the same exact place, like, say, this isn't, this is the Eye of the Deep, so there's no way that Legacy of the Dragoncorn messed this up, but people reporting archaeological sites like that covered up chests like this, or one person, was listing all the ones that you could find, and it was like, just slightly touching the chest, and I'm just like, I don't care, because that's not my problem. If I move this chest, then some other mod's gonna come along, some other, amazing overhaul mod that oversteps its boundaries, and then it's gonna cover up the chest again, some other chest, some other place. So I'm just leaving it the way it is. I moved a couple things, but I just don't care. Basically, yeah, if other mods aren't compatible, Relics of Hyrule is not gonna bow to them. That's my philosophy now. There's gonna be mod compatibilities when one mod adds way too much. This is impractical. Oh, that... Not only is this impractical, it doesn't work. Because that's a good thing I noticed this, because that's just... This is silly right here. I think there's something missing from there. So I'm gonna add another tower right there. And I'm going to use 4x4. That works. Nope, stop it. That looks alright. Still a little goofy, but it's not as impractical as it was. I think something went wrong and a piece went missing there, but I fixed it. Yeah. And, like, Relics of Hyrule adds a lot of stuff, but it doesn't go overboard, as far as I know. And, like the caves that it adds trapdoors rather than whole cave openings, and most of the stuff is out of the way and not really touching anything. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Doing some work with Relics of Hyrule, fixing 6.5. I think what I'm gonna do... One big thing is the Temple of Time, so I need to fix the Temple of Time. Link between worlds. Temple. I think I have the messages. Message Temple. Yes, okay, so Phantom Hourglass is perfectly fine, everyone's happy. Phantom Hourglass is not going to have a problem. It's these guys that have a problem. Between worlds, shattered. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which door it links to. That should be fine. Armos. I'm definitely focusing on fixing 6.5, since 6.5 broke, the special edition has been pushed back until I can fix the primary mod. It shouldn't be that difficult to port it to special edition once I'm ready. But at this point, I appreciate everyone's patience. Hello, what's going on? Can I... Oh, go, TS5 radio. Okay. That always happens. Come on, come on, come on. No. What's your problem? Oh, wait. I need to confirm it. That is okay. I do enjoy it. Okay, that is that. That is fine. More or less. This guy can go to between walls shattered the other door. Boop. Do. And then these doors go to the balcony. SS could stand for so many things. Is that Skyward Sword? Whatever that is. Okay, I'm gonna label these doors. Balcony. Temple of Time. Balcony. 1. Temple of Tome. Temple of Tim. Balcony 01. Temple of Time. 2. Temple of Time. Roof 01. Hello, welcome to the stream. There's a lot of people. Roof 02. A lot of people for my streams anyway. The SS were essentially the Nazi stormtroopers. In fact, the stormtroopers probably got their name from the SS. They were the Gestapo, or the Gestapo. I don't know. I'm not a Nazi historian, but the SS were the sort of the special forces of the Nazi regime, and they did horrible things. Oh, that's the balcony. Okay. That's not really where I wanted it to go. Roof 03. Roof 04. So, and I will label these guys as well. Time, balcony 03. Temple of Time, balcony 04. So this one Bronze Temple. Let's do Roof 02. And I'm going to redefine this one to be Roof 01. Hopefully, I mean, if they cross, yeah, that's fine. Oop. And you, my friend, where do you go? You go there, which is not where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go somewhere else. Label this one. Oh, I don't know which one's the entrance. Where does this one go? That one goes to the front. Okay, so this is Temple of Time entrance 01. Oop. This was Temple Time entrance 2. You'd be a Stormcloak. Ooh, shot fired! Actually, no, the Thalmor are a better analog. Given what the Thalmor are all about, the Thalmor are better, whatever, for the Nazis. Because, like, yeah, the Nords, are, the Stormcloaks are just kind of racist. The Thalmor want to destroy, like, everything. They're not cool. What am I doing? This thing. Temple of Time exit 02. And this goes here. Oh. There we go. That's fine. Whoop. That way, if those get reset, which hopefully they don't, you won't get trapped behind them. Oop. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. That's my welcome to the stream song. Oh, there is no Shattered Lands location. Is there a Link Between Worlds location? Yes, there is. And it is used by so many things. 01. Okay, so I need the zone. Between Worlds zone. Never resets. Okay. Now, here's the question. Are you used by... You are not used by Shattered Lands. see if I can make you use it. Okay. Link between worlds zone. There it is. Boom. Okay. That hopefully will keep these from resetting, but even if they do reset, I have set it so that it doesn't matter as much. On the second thought, it wouldn't make sense, because then these wouldn't be important. I'm just gonna experiment, see what happens when I untick that. Okay. So, did I already label this door? No, I did not. Temple of Time, exit 01. Not 9101. My hope is that the Elder Scrolls 6, you know, in 10 years when they release it, my hope is that the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to take place roughly at the same time as Skyrim, or right after Skyrim, in Valenwood, or Somerset Isles, or elsewhere, or somewhere in southern Tamriel, and it will pick up where Skyrim left off with the Thalmor. So the plot of the Elder Scrolls 6 would be to annihilate the Thalmor. I personally am okay that Skyrim didn't tie up the loose ends with the Thalmor, because the whole point was to stop Alduin, and the secondary point was the Civil War, and the Thalmor are so... they took over the entirety of the Somerset Isles and some of southern Tamriel, so they would be a really huge force to be reckoned with, and it wasn't... it wouldn't be enough for Skyrim to tackle that, so I think hopefully the Elder Scrolls 6 will deal with them. Oh, nope. Link Between Worlds Temple. Roof 01. There we go. I've only done the Civil War quest once, and I sided with the Empire. Because, whatever. Link Between Worlds. Temple. No, not temple. I don't want you to teleport to the other side. 4? Yeah, big evil dragon that's going to destroy the world. You know, the destiny of the Dragonborn, kind of an important deal. It's hard to tell if these... Yeah, Hammerfell would be another good place. Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, Hammerfell would be a great place. High Rock would be cool. Pretty much anywhere. But I imagine that they're building up for something like Valenwood. Because Valenwood is way different. I recommend, there's an in-game book that's really good, and I'm thinking of doing, once 6.5 is fixed, I'm thinking of starting a new series, like maybe once in a while doing, I want to get rid of that. Never mind. Once in a while doing something like Skyrim book reviews, and I want to start with A Dance in Fire. A Dance in Fire takes place in Valenwood, and it's just really well written. It's incredibly well written. Black Marsh is another interesting place. An Argonian Account is another good in-game book, and it's a sequel to A Dance in Fire, and it explores Black Marsh, and Black Marsh is so different from anything that we've ever seen. So Valenwood and Black Marsh are really nice places, and by that I mean they would be really cool to explore. Temple of Time doors, I think, are finished. They should be okay. And I'm going to add something here. I'm going to add a bunch of these, because it doesn't make sense for the back door to just not... because there's no back door over here. So I'm going to put a bunch of these to sort of indicate that the back door is supposed to be there, but isn't. And plus, there's a game that takes place in Morrowind. It's the third Elder Scrolls game, fittingly titled Morrowind. Granted, it's only Vardenfell, if I remember correctly. There's a more of the province, but I imagine they wouldn't set a second Elder Scrolls game there when they had the Morrowind set in Morrowind. And plus, Skyrim did a little overlap with Morrowind, with Solstheim. Solstheim was an island that was visitable that you could go to in one of Morrowind's expansions, and they did the same with Skyrim, so they're probably gonna go elsewhere, maybe even elsewhere. Oh wait, what's this? Is this... there's supposed to be a bridge here. Where's the bridge? Did the bridge get destroyed? Where's the bridge? Oh good, it's right there. Phew. Got it. Yeah, they'll return to some old favorites once they've run out of provinces of the Empire. Oops, I'm gonna save. Let's save. Let's see if I can find some more books that I missed. Is this one? I think this one's okay. I'm going to copy these just in case. I think they're okay. Morrowind was... Morrowind hasn't really aged well, in my opinion, and neither has Oblivion, but Morrowind was revolutionary. It's like the Ocarina of Time of the Elder Scrolls franchise. It is incredibly huge, and incredibly customizable. You can carry around a candlestick as a torch, you know, things like that. Just incredible amount of micromanagement that you can do. So Morrowind is really awesome, and there's tons of mods for it. So I do recommend playing Morrowind, especially. Oblivion is really great as well, especially the Shivering Isles expansion. And the storyline to Oblivion is interesting. And Oblivion is set in Cyrodiil. And it's all about the Oblivion Crisis, which is mentioned every so often in Skyrim. And the Mythic Dawn Museum in Dawnstar is all relics from Oblivion, the events of Oblivion. So Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and then I played Skyrim, and then I played Morrowind. So Oblivion is really nice. Oblivion. Oh, look at that! See, it saved so quickly. That's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, Oblivion is old enough that there's mods now that if you don't like something, you can just change it with a mod. Same thing with Morrowind. And more or less with Skyrim, because Skyrim is like 6 years old at this point. But Oblivion and Morrowind are so much older that they are really customizable with mods. Let's see. Books. These things. Could do. What I need to do. Let's do the books. I did Into the West already, but I need to figure out where it needs to go. Did I? Zulema's note. Okay, Zulema's note is there. Zulema's note is fine. Is the Yiga note fine? Yiga clan letter is fine. Nice. Good. Very good. Yiga clan letter is okie doke. Is Yolanda's journal. Okay, Yolanda's journal. Let's find out. Disease. Okay. That's fine and dandy. About Latimer. I think I fixed Latimer's journal. Journal. Yes. Okay, well, all the books that I was going to add don't need to be added except Into the West. So that's done. What I need to do, this is going to take a while. I need to do the new Forgotten what. I don't know what the difference between these two are. Yes, so what I do is I add poems to a lot of dungeons in Relics of Hyrule, and one of the poems is the lyrics to the song Into the West. It's going to be on one of the islands that you can visit when 6.5 is finished. So I just need to figure out which spirit island is which. But first, since Creation Kit is open and functional, I am going to do the Forgotten Weapons. Not gonna bother with that. Okay. Warhammer 01. Forgotten Warhammer. Warhammer Forgotten. Warhammer 01. This will be tedious. Because what I need to do is this. I need to make a bunch of these, for the reforging system for the new forgotten weapons, and then I need to add tempering recipes for all of the new forgotten weapons. And there's 5 of these, and 1 of the tempering for each weapon. So this will take a little bit of time. But not too much time. I might add the last goodbye. I was considering adding the last goodbye. I'm going to make a note of that. I might add it to a new island in 6.6. I am very careful about which poems I choose to add. They have to fit a sort of what I'm going for in like the lore, and like because Into the West is there for a reason, for a lore-based reason, and because it fits the story. And I think the last goodbye would fit. I just need to stare at it for a while. But Into the West really fit, especially for an island. Why are the Forgotten War Axes? The Forgotten War Axes only go up to 2. What's this? Alright, I need to fix the Forgotten War Axe duplicate numbers because something went funky with their... I think I fixed this before, because they can't be reforged properly. Okay, Forgotten Marks. That's tempering. Okay, yeah, they got... Okay, got it. This is supposed to be 02, is it? Yes. And this is supposed to be 03. And for some reason it just stopped at 03. Something nice is, I think I might do this again more often, but in order to stream I have to set my computer to have like this basic window setup, and it makes the windows close a lot faster. So I might just deliberately change the window style so that it does that when I'm just working on it, even if I'm not live streaming. Oh, hello. Oh, those are tempering. Okay. So the Warhammers are done. Let's do Spear. Forgotten Spear looks absolutely amazing. And I also need to, because I'm getting confused, so I'm going to fix the spear numbers. One, 02, 03, 04, 05, and what I'm going to do with the spear is that you will be able to switch it between a battle axe wield and a great sword wield, but once you start reforging it, you can't switch it anymore. So you have to figure out what you want and then dedicate yourself to it. And I can show you the spear once I finish with these forgotten sword numbers. There's a forgotten spear. It looks really nice. And literally it's just a dwarven sword stuck on the handle of an iron battle axe, warhammer. But it turned out surprisingly well. It looks better in the neutral lighting, but it is nice. Three, two. Forgotten Dagger looks a little chunky, but actually, you know what? I think it looks alright. It's like a Bowie knife. I don't think anyone will complain about the Forgotten Dagger. It's a war dagger. Like, it is a dagger. It's more of a, it's like a, it skirts the line between being a dagger and a short sword. And if anyone complains about it, I'll throw one at them. Not that anyone will complain about it here. But in the future, I'm always Forgotten Bow turned out surprisingly well. It's not much, it's just a hunting bow with a couple like aiming, a couple discs on it to make it look different. I don't know. Forgotten Bow is kind of uninspired, but these things stay put. This whole area stays put, and it bends really nicely. It looks distinct enough that I think it works, and I might retexture it sometime in the future. But bows are hard because they have to move, so I couldn't really do much with it. But I'm happy with what I came up with. Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna, since I'm here, I'm gonna get rid of all these duplicate nonsense. Oh, the Forgotten Broadsword doesn't need to have 1H on it, to be honest, because there's only one of it. Yeah, yeah. The Forgotten Dagger, this non-canon item. Not only is it not canon, but it's too big. You call that a dagger? What's wrong with you? Again. I'm sure nobody will care. And if they do care, I will just laugh at them. Yeah, I love how the Hylian shield turned out as well. It was one of the first things, one of the first textures I ever made. And it turned out incredibly well. And I like the size, which is something that people were really silly about when I first released it. Did those... What are you? Oh, you're, spear. Spear, 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 spear. Forgotten spear. Forgotten spear. Forgotten spear. Forgotten spear level 1. Yeah, the McNitpick gravestone in Kakariko Graveyard. That was definitely a jab at the people who were taking the Hylian shield. Like, one guy said it needs to be 2% bigger. He said it's 1.00, and if you just increase its size to 1.01, then it'll be perfect. And I'm like, are you serious? You want it to be 1% bigger. So, needless to say, I put a McNitpick gravestone with a normal Hylian shield, and the gravestone reads, "This soup is too bitter." And yeah, every time I think about that gravestone, I laugh to myself. Here. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'll fix it. Since I opened it, I might as well fix these duplicate ones. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Nope, that's an 04. I wanted an 03. This one is 04, but there's no 05. That's because I mislabeled them. Great. This one's 05. 4. 03. 02. 01. Okay. Back to the spear. What I really like about these new Forgotten weapons is that I added them to leveled lists with stall children and such. So stall children will no longer carry long bows. They will carry Forgotten bows. And there's a chance that you will encounter a stall child with a Forgotten spear, which will look super good, cool, awesome. And I'm also picturing I'm going to add them to stall troop leveled lists, so you'll encounter stall troops carrying spears, which is really cool. Yeah, that's the kind of graveyard that I was paying homage to with the Kakariko Graveyard. It's just, I really like those games that have graveyards that have those jokes. Like, there's this I guess you can call it weird. King's Quest Mask of Eternity. It was a weird sort of departure from King's Quest, and it had one of those graveyards that had like all these jokes. Okay, this is gonna be the Great Sword. Boop. By the way, and this is going to sound weird, but if you are in market for a tombstone, if you ever find yourself in the need of a tombstone for whatever reason, go with a slate tombstone, because slate doesn't weather. Well, it does, but it doesn't weather nearly as easily as marble or any other stone. Slate is a really good material for tombstones, because if you want your tombstone to be legible several years from now, if not several decades, then definitely go with a slate one. I remember learning that in school. I have a degree in geology, and one of our professors took us to a graveyard to study weathering. Spear. Forgotten Spear GS. Forgotten Spear. Boop, boop, boop. Spear GS BS. BA. BA GS. GSBA. Dungeon rings. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a similar. Wow, this is a great topic of discussion. Yeah, I think for me, I'm just gonna go with the standard throw me in the ground, so that I can give back the energy that I have in my body back to the environment, so that worms and decomposers can use the energy stored in my body to continue their own life. Oh, tempering. I need to do tempering. 1, 2. It's all garbled up, but who cares? It's good enough. Alright, tempering. So they're all tempered with steel, but they are... Oh, I didn't do the bow. Crud. Or the dagger, or the hammer. Totally skipped over those. Okay. Well... What the heck, let's just do the spear tempering, and then I'll do the other ones. Yeah, coal, interesting, but coal is actually plant matter. Coal is derived from peat, P-E-A-T, and peat is the very beginning parts of coal. So mostly fossil fuels are decayed plant matter from thousands of years ago. If not millions. So it's mostly plant matter. There is a tiny bit of animal matter, but it's mostly plants. So you may be part of a tiny, tiny bit of coal, but yeah, and yeah, using your trees are good. Trees are important. My brain just disengaged there, but pretty much anything, if you put yourself in the ground, grass will grow, at least. What am I even talking about? I'm distracted between what I'm doing here and talking about death. Okay. Forgotten spear. I need to make the forgotten bow. So start at the beginning, go on until we reach the end, and then stop. Bow. Bow 01. Bow 01. Bow. 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 I used to have a dog as well, many years ago. She was an old service dog. We got her when she was old and retired. But she was trained to, help with different tasks. And she still had that training. So she would follow my mom into the basement to help with laundry. But she would just kind of stand there. She also had a problem with pooping in the basement because she was so used to being left alone. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, I think the stream will still be up in half an hour or so. Maybe. Forgotten bow, reforging his dungeon rings. Dagger. Oh. reforge it into itself. That's silly. Three. I'm getting the saving itch, so I should save after I finish this one. Usually recipes are okay. They don't usually cause creation to hit the crash. I haven't saved in a while, so I'm going to save. That's how it goes. However, one more thing that I need to do, and that's this. Dagger. Sword grip. Dagger. Okay. I'm also going to correct this spelling error. Yeah, the Goddess Sword will have all the stages except the Master Sword. So you'll be able to make it, to reforge it into the Goddess White Sword, but the Goddess White Sword will just stop there, and then you can go to the true Goddess White Sword, or the true Goddess Sword. So I made them two distinct weapons because if I made it go into the Master Sword, then that would make the Goddess Sword sort of pointless, because it would have to be significantly weaker than the Master Sword. So then it would be useless, because it's like, why have it in there if it's just going to become the Master Sword? And the Master Sword has been in the mod for so long, the way it is, that I decided to just make the Goddess Sword separate. They're going to be about equal strength, but with different things that you can do with them. The true Goddess Sword is going to be kind of cool, because it'll give you a special spell that will be really cool. But yeah, they're going to be separate, but they will have all the stages. The Goddess Sword, anyway. And the Goddess Sword actually is already in. It's in 6.5. It's fully implemented. Everything's where it needs to be. I'm going to check tempering recipes. I think I already added those. So it will be released with 6.5, and it will be in the special edition port when that is released as well. Oh, did it just... It saved. What the... I'm so used to sitting here for like for 10 minutes waiting for this thing to save, and it just saved. Like I tuned it out and I didn't even realize how long it took to save, but it just saved instantly. Absolutely incredible. Clearly something's right, you know. Gotta do the hammer. Okay. Forgotten Warhammer. Hammer. This is Magic Hammer. So I'm gonna rename these Magic Hammer. Because these are not forgotten hammers. I think that's all of them. Now I need to do tempering. Fix these since I'm here. I don't think I did, because these are the bottommost ones. Yeah, up the Warhammer. So you may notice that the tempering recipes only go up to 3. The reason being, the 4th level and 5th level are stronger than the strongest weapons in the game. So I decided to not allow the player to temper them, because if I allowed them to temper them, then they would be way too overpowered. So they're very hard to obtain, because you have to collect a lot of the same item, same weapon, but the drawback is that they are not temperable, so that balances out their ridiculous power. Okay. Did the Forgotten War Axe, gotta do Forgotten things. Sword, spear, hammer, dagger. Did I do dagger? No. No bow. I mean, let's do bow first. Bow. Well, enjoy your dishes as well as you can. You won't miss much. It's just duplicating the same recipe over and over and over and changing some names. At some point I will pop into Skyrim to check some things, but right now I'm just adding recipes. Whoops. I suppose I could be double clicking instead of right clicking. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm just so used to doing that instead. Okay, let's see. Hammer. Did I do hammer? No. That's the magic hammer. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hammer. Hammer. There was a time that I considered giving the Forgotten Weapons their own brand of steel, Hylian steel, but I think I still have the Hylian steel ingot in here. Yeah, there it is. I decided against it. I kept it in there because I may use it for something else, like a stronger weapon, because it's sort of like the giant steel ingot, which I think would probably be able to be refined into Hylian steel, but I think it's better to have the Forgotten Weapons just be normal plain steel, because they're meant to be generic mass-produced weapons for soldiers. It needs to be O1. Up. Dip. Oop. Okay. Looks going right. Forgotten Weapons, I think have all their recipes. I'm gonna check Battle axe, bow, broadsword, dagger, hammer, longsword, spear, sword, war axe. That should be okay. See how long it takes to save. Probably not long. Thunder blade. That's the one I use. A little bit of time to save this time. Oh, there we go. As soon as I said that, it took like a minute to save, which is not bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna make an enchantment. Shock. Shock damage. Shock damage. Let's do. What do you do? Stagger. Oh, 10 over the course of 3. I'm okay with that. My favorite champion is Urbosa, because for several reasons. She's a Gerudo. I pronounce it Gerudo, whatever. She's Gerudo, and the Gerudo were just really revitalized in Breath of the Wild, which is really great. And when you complete Vanu Boris, she mentions Ganondorf, that Ganon took the form of a Gerudo, and she's like, I like that. This makes it personal, or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah. And I just think Urbosa is really cool. That's my opinion. I think I fixed Thunderblade. Funny you should mention adding weapons from Breath of the Wild. This is the Thunderblade. So Breath of the Wild, they'll all be in 6.7, and I'll do my best to add as much as I can. I'm working on fixing 6.5 right now, then 6.6 will happen, and then I will start adding lots of Breath of the Wild stuff, including Champions equipment. The Thunderblade will be one of the first weapons from Breath of the Wild in Skyrim, in Relics of Hyrule, and this is kind of what the Breath of the Wild stuff is going to end up looking like. It's a retextured Daedric sword, so it's not going to be exactly representative of what they looked like in Breath of the Wild. It's going to be an approximation, it's going to be an adaptation. It's not going to be... I'm not saying that they're all going to look like Daedric weapons, but, for instance, here's the Thunder Spear. I'll do what I can to make them all look the part. But yeah, that's going to be 6.7. And here's the Great Thunderblade for everybody, for your delectation. And they glow, they glow in the dark. They turned out really well. I really like how the Thunderblades turned out. And so there's 3 variants. There's the Thunderblade, Great Thunderblade, Thunder Spear, just like in Breath of the Wild. And then there's one more, the Lesser Thunder Spear, or the Damaged Great Thunderblade. That's what I meant. And this one, it's weaker than the Great Thunderblade by 2 points. Gonna make it swing a little slower, and you will be able to disenchant it, so you'll be able to get an enchantment similar to the Thunderblade, Thunder Spear, and Great Thunderblade. from the lesser, the Broken Thunder Blade. And let's see, anything else I can do? It doesn't look like it. Not right now, at least. So I'm gonna save. Ooh. And once it's finished saving, I'm going to open Skyrim. So I'm going to configure it so I can open it without blocking the chat. Full screen. Let's do... That one works, I think. I want to... Oh, excuse me. The main reason I'm opening it is... Well, thank you. That actually does mean a lot. Because it's hard to translate things from Zelda to Skyrim in some ways. So it's good to hear that somebody likes my interpretation. When I open Skyrim after Creation Kit is finished saving, I'm going to check Spirit Island to make sure that it works. I'm going to check some doors and things. Champion powers I do want to implement, but yeah, they are too. I do agree that they would be too strong. They would have to be a little different, and they would have to be because like Rivali's Gale, for instance. I don't know how I would do that. I don't know how to make the player, because it's very difficult to change the jump height. It's possible, and I've tried it, but with the Rockscape, but it just didn't work. So I don't know. And plus, if increasing the jump height would potentially break certain things, because then you could just jump over barriers that aren't supposed to be jumped over. So I would have to figure out how to make Rivali's Gale balanced. Urbosa's Fury would work pretty well. It would just be, you know, an explode. It would be like a costless ether thing that you could do once a day. All the champions' powers would be once a day. And then I think Mipha's Grace is another one that would be a little tricky. All of them would be tricky. I think Daruk's Protection would be okay. It would be easy. It would just be a ridiculous... It would be like Dragon Skin. Once a day. So, they're on the list, but it's... Rivali's Gale is probably the one that would be the most tricky to make work in Skyrim. Ooh. There's already a spell in Relics of Hyrule, Sparrow's Squall, that is a whirlwind cloak. So for Rivali's Gale would have to be distinct from that as well. That could work. Costless whirlwind sprint. Once a day. Hello, how are you? Them. This is Lost Sky Crater. It's a crater. Okay, I was going to spirit. Let's go to. Actually, wait. Oh, the sand crabs are revolting. Uh-oh. I definitely played Beyond Skyrim, a little bit of Beyond Skyrim Bruma. In fact, this character that I'm playing right now is almost exclusively been in Cyrodiil since he started. Ouch. Can't deal with these Tektites. Which is hilarious, but it's true. Now, the problem with the cult headquarters, the last time I checked them, is that Vivian was missing. And I think she's still missing. So I'll have to reset her. And this guy's actually supposed to be alive. Alright, take that pearl. I have to rebuild Pharaoh's Pearl from scratch. But this is working, which is good. The ancient arrows might be in 6.7. I mean, basically anything that is in Breath of the Wild has the potential of being in 6.7. 6.7 is way down the line. Pretty much anything that you can think of is something that I'm considering for 6.7, including Sheikah Towers, the Sheikah Slate, and I have a really cool idea for the Sheikah Towers, how they will fit into things. So Ancient Arrows, I really want to add Guardians. Those will be a little tricky, but I want to add them. There's supposed to be a ship here right now, but there ain't. Where's the ghost ship? Why have you forsaken me, ghost ship? Ghost ship activation. So let's do this one first. The ghost ship. Sea of Ghosts. Isle of Ruins. There we go. If the game crashes, I will cry. Okay, cool. Alright. Looks alright. Let's do... Well, we might as well check all of them. Let's check Dragon Roost. I'm gonna drop some crap. I'm gonna drop this Forsworn Dagger. Drop the pickaxe. 'Cause ain't nobody got time for that that's a little silly, that scene, but there are bigger fish to fry. Okay. That was Dragon Roost. That is Dragon Roost. Yeah, the Guardian weapons, the ancient weapons, or whatever the crap they are, will definitely be in there, in 6.7, and I will definitely look at how to make them so that when you have them sheathed, they don't have the glowy parts, but when you take them out, they do have the glowy parts. I'm sure it's possible, because Magica Sabers did it, so I imagine it's possible for the Guardian weapon to do it. Oh, that's what I was going to check. Good. Okay, that's how it should be. I'm okay with that. Can't fix it, so I'm okay with that. Wait. Islet of Steel, how are you today? Islet of Steel is doing alright. Gonna activate the Islet of Steel. That worked, which is nice because it wasn't working before. Very good. What is this? Oh! That malarkey, okay. Cool. Do the Eye of the Deep. Oh, that's right, there's a barrier here for some reason. Nope. There we go. Nope. There we go. Jeez. There's some weird barrier there. I don't know what the problem is, but I'll look into it. Oh, it's right here, actually. I think it's a collision pane that got misplaced. Island Ledger. That's the book was missing. I knew there was one book that was missing, and it's the Island Ledger. So the Isle of the Deep is fine, it's just that weird collision mesh that's weird, causing problems. Spirit Island, I wonder if I can get that in. Door. Guess not. I think Spirit Island, the one that's called Spirit Island, is the one that I call to. And I think it's okay. Hey guys. Of course, this one. Crap. Well, you guys seem to be okay, so I'll leave you alone. Yeah, you're doing a great job aiming there, buddy. Oh, invisible phantoms, my favorite. Great. Cool. Yeah. Hey guys. How are you? Yeah, you look great. Invisible phantoms. I think everything's okay here. I just need to re-add the Shields of 4 Souls and the chests and junk. And the bossy guy. Okay, let's go back to Isle of the Deep. Yeah, no, the ball and chain not gonna happen. It just wouldn't work in Skyrim at all. And the wiki isn't complete. There's some stuff that's in the mod that isn't on the wiki. I'm the only person maintaining the wiki, and I haven't had time to do anything with it. Because I've been repairing 6.5. So the ball and chain from Twilight Princess is probably never going to be added to Relics of Hyrule. Floor Masters are something that I wish I could add, but they're not going to be added either, probably. Maybe. They're more possible than the ball and chain. Welcome back! I'm testing stuff in Skyrim, like the white Skulltulas, which this is... finally they work. Because I tested them before and they didn't work. There's a white Tektite down there. Check him out. Oh, that's nice. That's not how that's supposed to work. Well, the nav meshes seem to be alright. Where's that white Tektite? There he is. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. That's exactly how it should work. Definitely looks the job. Looks the part, I mean. No, I was just making a bunch of recipes. So you didn't miss hardly anything. That one's having a grand old time. Oh, hey. There's a rave going on. Oh, no, it stopped. Okay. So this area originally had more to it. There was originally more dungeon space. So, for instance, that area went up to something. That's interesting. That shouldn't be there. This went up to like a door, but it ain't there no more. Because when I was repairing 6.5, this area is the only area that didn't get broken in this dungeon area. So yeah. But I think it's for the best, because otherwise the Isle of the Deep would be really way too big. So I'm okay with it. Oh, it's an adorable little gold Skulltula. It's a white gold Skulltula. Good night, sweet prince. Eventually I want to add white gold Skulltula chitin. But right now I don't care. I might just remove the chitin from their death item stuff for now. That's not how it's supposed to look. Doesn't look like a coin. Get out of here. Okay. Having a good day there? Still having a rave? Yeah. I think. So, the problem with adding a Warhammer that looks like a ball and chain is that it would be a stiff chain. Which I don't think would work. It would be a stiff chain, which would imply that somebody had welded the chain links together. I would have to address that in like the description if I decide to add it. Okay, I think I'm good. Let's go back to Creation Kit. Skyrim's freaking Steve synchronizing. Steve. I called Steam Steve. Synchronizing. Well, I can take this time to copy over information from some of the books. This way down here. I think the Island Ledger is the only book that really needs to be duplicated over. The problem is that they're not in order. Surprisingly, Creation Kit has been very stable for me recently. which is nice. It did crash last night, but that was only because it was loading too many cells, which is just par for the course. Island ledger, there it is. Boop, boop. No, hey, you. Boop. Okay. Oh, Dispel Fairy. Did I add that Dispel Fairy? I'm gonna have to check. Hey, watch out. I don't think they're talking about the aliens from Majora's Mask. I think the... Yeah, the... But yes, they are the aliens from Majora's Mask. And they, as in the aliens from Majora's Mask, I'm really excited about what I have planned for them in 6.6. But I don't want to give too much away yet. But they will be a prominent feature in 6.6. But I think there was a confusion. Castlevania is a game that featured a whip. So if there were whips in Skyrim, then that would allow people to make Castlevania mods, because Castlevania had whips. There is a weapon called Mirak's Sword, and when you swing Mirak's Sword, there's a Hermaeus Mora tentacle that comes out of it, like a whip. But it is so ridiculously complicated how that works that I'm not going to bother trying to do anything like that with anything in my mod. I want my mod to be simple. There's your answer. Yes, they are. The medallions from Link to the Past are in the mod. That's the Ether medallion. Actually, since I'm here... It was going to be part of 6.5, but then 6.5 broke. It was going to be part of, like, later. It might be in 6.51 or 6.5, 6.6. It would be really easy to add the Whispering Majora's Mask, but I want to fix the rest of it first. I mean, I want to fix 6.5, and then I'll deal with the rest of it later. I think this thing works. I'm gonna change something. I'm gonna change something in the store. This floor is way too clean. It's something that always bugged me. So I'm going to do something about it. Yeah, that's slightly better. I might use that because this is too smooth. Or I do want it to be wood though. The quests are too complicated, so anything quest related won't be happening in Relics of Hyrule. Majora's Mask is just gonna be the way it is. I'm not gonna make it do anything fancy. I'll just leave it alone. I'll just get rid of that wood and leave this the way it is. Okay, what I need to do now is this one? Yes. Yeah, yes, do it. Okay. Here's the island spirit. Shit. That one's always enabled. Yeah, if you go to the what's it called? The mod page, there's a donate button. That is how you can throw a little tip my way. Still don't know which Spirit Island is the proper one, but I think this is the one that it leads me to. Let's check the activator. Spirit Island marker in Spirit Island. So I'm just going to use this one. If it's not the right one, this is the one I visited when I was testing. So it should be okay. I would definitely appreciate any support. And of course all that support goes back to the mod, getting like reference material, stuff like that. So you mean like this crossbow? Or perhaps this crossbow? So this crossbow is Winkle's crossbow from Hyrule Warriors. Not canon, but it's still a crossbow. And then this is the modeled after the crossbow in Link's crossbow training, which is sort of an offshoot, non-canon thing designed for the Wii Zapper thing. So there are crossbows in the mod. And I believe, yes, I use Linkle's I used both of them in the Relics of Hyrule, the series, which has 90 episodes, so I highly recommend looking it up. I used both of these for a while. I used Linkle's crossbow first, I think, and then I used Link's crossbow, the hero's crossbow, for a while. So then you would be donating, yeah, you would be donating money to my mom and dad. I'll just leave that club on him. I gave him a Stalrim sword before, but who cares? In the future, this guy will be carrying the Frost Spear, but right now he's just holding a club. Maybe. I'll just keep him as a club. I don't care. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm not gonna do anything more with him. I add this. Because this is going to, first I should duplicate it. Anything else? That will be a that's going to be a placeholder for when I add the Shields of Four Souls back in, because one of them's supposed to be there. Forget where the other ones are. Oh, 2? Well, yeah, if they add crossbows in a main series Zelda game, then definitely they'll make their way into Relics of Hyrule eventually. Because the crossbows are easy. It's other things that are a little more difficult. I think I'm gonna have this be a placeholder. That's just confirmation there that I'm adding the Mother and Child Isles in 6.6. Since I have that extra cell that already has everything in it, I might as well use it. But I'm not going to add it in 6.5. It's going to wait. Dragon Roost. Oh, yeah. Dragon Roost Island had one. Islet of Steel had one. I had a list of... Oh, I could just look at this. What am I doing? Okay, where's the container list? Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. It's not intrusive. You find stuff just by stumbling across it, and it's meant to be as though it was always there. Spirit shield. Where the heck was the spirit? Oh, the spirit shield was already in there, so don't worry. I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so the blue one, Spirit Island. I think there was another one in... Okay, I'm gonna look at the armor listings instead. Hold chest. Okay, so red was Isle of the Damned. Green was, where is it? Okay. And then purple was something else. I'm guessing purple was Isle of the Deep because it's dwarven. Ancient chest. Ancient chest. Ancient chest. Islet of Steel. Okay. Islet of Steel. Dragon Roast. There we go. Thanks for stopping by. Pleasant dreams. Sleep well. Don't let the bedbugs paralyze. And I might as well just get rid of these four. And I'm going to label this one Blue Spirit. Alright, it's just 4 souls. 01 Blue Spirit. And Isle of the Damned will be Draugr. Let's do Bandit. So there's other stuff in it. Bandit chest boss. Chest boss. ROH. 4 souls chest. I don't even know if that's correct, but whatever. Let's just see. 2, red, red, damned. So I can just duplicate this one. Oh, the invisible phantom. Okay, well I'm gonna save. There we go. Okay. I need to, since I see them, I will fix them. Oh, yeah, I was just staring off into space while it was saving. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, it should be okay. Let's check the Eye of the Deep. Welcome to the stream! Doing a lot of work with fixing 6.5. What the heck, there's no... Oh, I didn't even notice. It's actually not June, it's July. I never remember to change that. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your kind words. Thanks for supporting the mod. Things are happening. And my current conundrum is trying to figure out why the heck the Isle of the Deep... Maybe I'll just move the ship. But that wouldn't help the weird issue with the collision. It's like there's an invisible wall right there. Oh. Oh, well, that's different. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment on the boat. That is the ghost ship. Some of you may recognize it as the boat that was floating above Bleakwind Basin in 6.4. But it's since been moved. And I don't, for some reason in this area, there's this imaginary wall that goes through right there, and it's blocking you from leaving the boat, but I can't see it. Also, that's a problem. This area needs so much work. And this malarkey, there's a seam there. I don't know why it It's not the nav mesh, I can tell you that, because the nav mesh doesn't exist. That's nice. Yeah, the Eye of the Deep, I'm gonna make a note. I will do some final little things, but I think the stream is going to be closing out soon. It's almost 3 hours since I started. It's almost dinner time for me. So I'm just going to fix a few more things that I found while I was testing. One being a vampire character person thing that is not where she's supposed to be. And then another being... Uh-oh. Let's wait for Creation Kit. Okay, good. Creation Kit almost threw a fit. Okay, you, my friend, are done. Go away. Oh. She's not a container. Oop. I'll link her to that. There. And this thing didn't do what it was supposed to. Oh, okay, I see. I see what happened. Fix these guys. For the Phantom. Ooh. Okay, that's the problem. Steel plate Curious, this thing needs to be... even the right one? Please tell me that's the right one. That's steel. That's not what I want. It's supposed to be duplicate 01. Okay. That's what went wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna fix this, and then it is going to be time to close out the stream. I think all I need to really do is this. Let's look at this guy. Yeah, he's fine. He doesn't have a head. That one doesn't work. Okay, so those helmets need fixing. Probably this one. Oh, that's not important. Angle helmet, that one needs it. Boop, boop, boop. And then Hylian soldier, armor. Helmet. Okay, let's see. I did it. Yes, he is doing all right. Still a little effort needed. He's okay. How about this guy? And he's okay. I just need to finish that one. Yeah, well, I think that's the end of the stream. Thanks everybody for stopping by. This has been a lot of fun. It's been nice to actually get back into the groove after being a real big funk after 6.5 broke. There's still some work to be done, but it's on its way. It's getting there. I don't know when it's going to be finished, so please don't ask. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for helping out. Thanks for supporting the mod. Stay classy.